What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. Today's video, we are literally 5 days away from Jessica's banner and also UTTU Flash Gathering event. So in today's video, I'm basically going to discuss whether or not you guys should skip or summon for Jessica. But before I get started on the video, make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe, and also turn on post notification bell so that you guys can always stay tuned as I post new videos. I really appreciate it. And if you guys are new here on the channel, I have a Discord server, so if you guys have any questions, you can join the server by going to my channel description. Use the server link there, and I'll also post the server link in the comment section down below. But anyways, let's not waste any time. Let's hop right into the video. So Jessica, so this is basically going to be her banner. We're going to have Necrologist on her banner. We're also going to have her Horopedia. So her banner will start on the 28th, which is basically next week. And let's go ahead and check out her kit. So I'm going to go ahead, click Jessica. Now Jessica, she's going to be a 6-star character. Her afflatus is going to be plant, and her damage type is going to be reality. She's basically going to be a poison / DPS character. And for her skills, now for her ultimate, which is her, basically her ultimate skill, she deals a mass attack. It deals 350% reality damage and inflicts poison on all enemies for 2 rounds. When a round ends, takes Jessica's attack times 30% Genesis damage. So she basically has true damage, and also she deals reality damage, and she can also inflict poison on the enemy for 2 rounds. So basically, you guys already know what her ultimate looks like. If you played the event story, you can basically see her ultimate animation because you basically fight her in the story. So you guys can basically check out all her animations and how she, you know, all of her arcane skills, to be honest, because you're going to go up against her. And that's pretty much her ultimate. So her ultimate basically inflicts poison on the enemy for 2 rounds, and the damage that this poison inflicts is not going to be reality damage. It's going to be Genesis damage, and Genesis damage is basically true damage, and it's going to deal damage based on 30% of Jessica's attack, and it can also stack as well. So that's pretty much her ultimate. Now when we look at her first arcane skill, which is going to be White Blankie, she deals 1 target attack, deals 450% reality damage. If the target suffers poison, deals 100% reality damage. For each additional stack of poison afterwards, deals 50% more reality damage, up to a max of reality damage plus 100%. So looking at her kit so far, it seems like you definitely want to put her in a poison team comp, because basically the fact that if the enemy has poison, she can do more damage. She's basically going to be your main DPS in a poison team comp. So that's pretty much her first arcane skill. I feel like this arcane skill is really important because if the enemy doesn't have poison, she basically won't get these additional damage. And it says for each additional stack of poison. So basically, she can deal more damage based off of how many stacks of poison she has on the enemy. So the poison is really important, and because of this arcane skill. Like, this arcane skill basically says you have to put a lot of poison on the enemy in order for her to do a lot of damage. So you want to make sure that when you're attacking the character, you want to make sure that they actually have poison. So that's pretty much her arcane skill. Now when we look at her second arcane skill, it's going to be a mass attack, which is basically an AoE attack. It deals 335% reality damage to 2 enemies. If the target is inflicted with stats down, next status, or control statuses, this attack deals 75% more reality damage. So basically, if the enemy has a debuff, she can deal additional damage, like 75% more reality damage, if the enemy has a debuff on them. And of course, it's going to be a mass attack, so it's going to deal some pretty good damage overall. And of course, the more incantations you have on this arcane skill, the higher the damage is. So her kit is pretty simple. Like, all there is to her kit is you want the enemy to have poison, to be inflicted with poison, so that she can do more damage. That's really all there is to it. So putting her in a poison team comp is going to be extremely important. Now when we look at her insight, for insight level 1, when attacking an enemy afflicted with poison, the damage dealt increases by 20% at the start of the battle and once every 3 rounds, rounds 1, 3, 6, and 9 after the battle begins. Inflicts poison on all enemies for 2 rounds, inflicting Genesis damage equal to 30% of the caster's attack at the end of each round. So if you guys are wondering which stat she scales with, she basically scales with attack, because the Genesis damage, it says Genesis damage equal to 30% of the caster's attack. So the more attack you have on Jessica, the more Genesis damage she'll be able to deal. So that's pretty much how her scaling works. And then for the insight one, it basically says the amount of damage she can deal with her poison, it increases by 20%. Whenever you inflict poison on an enemy, it increases by 20%. And then it says at the start of the battle and once every 3 rounds. So once every 3 rounds, you can basically inflict poison on an enemy for 2 rounds. Like if you have insight level 1, you can inflict poisons every 2 rounds. Like, yeah, every 3 rounds, basically. My fault. Every 3 rounds. So that's pretty much her insight level 1. And then for insight level 2, it's the same as, every character in the game, every DPS character. She gets an additional damage dealt when she enters battle. And then for insight level 3, after attacking enemies not afflicted with poison, she inflicts poison for 2 rounds, inflicting Genesis damage equal to 30% of Jessica's attack at the end of each round. So insight level 3 is absolutely insane. And the reason why it's so good is because it basically rewards you for, like, let's say the enemy doesn't have poison, right? Let's say the enemy doesn't have poison and she can't inflict poison on that enemy for a round. If you have her insight level 3, after she attacks that character will automatically have poison inflicted. Like, they'll basically have a poison for 2 rounds. So her insight level 3 is really, really good because you basically have that 100% uptime of poison on the enemy, which allows her to do damage literally all the time. So overall, her kit just really nice. Like the poison overall, you're basically just having 100% uptime on poison on enemies, and she's just dealing damage overall. So that's pretty much her kit. And then when we look at her portraits, for level 1, it increases reality damage dealt to 425%. For level 2, when entering the battle and at the start of the round of every 3 rounds, extends the duration of inflicted poison effects by 1 round. So you get an additional round. It went from 2 to 3 because, as you guys can see, the max rounds was around 2 rounds. It says inflicts poison on all enemies for 2 rounds. So this time it's for 3 rounds. And then for level 3, when at incantation rank 1, 2, and 3, it increases reality damage dealt to 300% and 500%. So basically she deals more damage. And then for level 4, you basically deal more damage as well for your arcane skill. And then for level 5, you basically deal more reality damage. So basically her portraits, you just deal more damage, except for level 2. Level 2, you just inflict, you basically have an additional round when you inflict poison, and then like the rest of the levels, you just do more damage. And then for her side cubes, they basically say Blasphemer of Night is her Blasphemer Night, Hopscotch, Clicks side cube, and Sonetto side cube. Those are pretty much the best in slot side cubes for her. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna talk about that when she actually releases. I'm not gonna summon for her, but I'm definitely gonna check out these side cubes and see which one is really good for her. But that's pretty much Jessica's kit overall. It's pretty simple. You want to put poison on the enemy so that she can deal damage. That's really all there is to it, and that's pretty much how she works. Now let's move on to whether or not you guys should skip or summon for this character. So if I go to the tier list over here, of course, she's in the S tier. And the reason why she's in the S tier is because this update is specifically focused on plant, mineral, and also star. So if you don't have Sotheby, now you guys already know Sotheby, she is a poison character as well. As you guys can see, she also has poison in her kit. So if you guys don't have Sotheby, I would recommend you guys to definitely not go for Jessica. And the reason why is because Jessica and Sotheby, they synergize so well. And I feel like Sotheby and Jessica, like, they're literally the poison team comp, like they're the poison meta. So if you don't have Sotheby, you should definitely skip Jessica and save up for probably 1.3. Or if you're interested on, the brand new not standard banner, but the brand new golden thread event, you can go for that if you want to. But basically, don't go for Jessica if you don't have Sotheby, because Sotheby and Jessica, they're really good together. And before Jessica came out, Sotheby was like in B tier. So Jessica really makes Sotheby good because Sotheby is a poison damage dealer and also a healer, which is going to benefit Jessica a lot, because Jessica, her kit basically just focuses on damage, and that's pretty much it. But Sotheby, her kit basically focuses on damage. It focuses on damage, healing, and also inflicting poison on the enemy. So you can basically have that 100% uptime poison on the enemy so that Jessica can just deal a bunch of damage. So That's literally all there is to it. If you don't have Sotheby, don't go for Jessica. If you do have Sotheby, you should 100% go for Jessica. And like I said, the game is all about having fun. If you feel like going for Jessica because you feel like it, by all means go ahead. But if you want to have an optimized, strong account, and if you basically want to make the right choices, I would definitely recommend you guys to skip Jessica if you don't have Sotheby. So that's pretty much my take. And of course, you know, in 1.3, there's going to be, you know, amazing characters coming in 1.3, because if we check the overall tier list, in 1.3, we're going to have Shaman, Black Dwarf. There's going to be so many good units coming in 1.3. So honestly, I would definitely recommend the people who don't have Sotheby to just save up for now. And like I said, man, if you want to, if there's like a standard character that you specifically want, you should definitely participate in the golden thread event that's going to come in like probably tomorrow. So you guys should definitely participate in that if you want to get a standard character that you want, because overall, trying to get a standard character when you lose 50-50, there's like a small chance of you obtaining that standard character that you want, because there's just so many standard characters in the game, like Regulus, and Lee, Medicine Pocket. There's just so many standard characters. So participating in the golden thread event is the best opportunity for you to basically get the standard character that you want. Of course, it's not going to be a guaranteed opportunity, like a guaranteed chance of you getting a standard character that you want, but you basically have a greater chance of obtaining that standard character that you want, rather than just losing a 50-50 and hoping to get that standard character or trying to summon on a standard banner. So it's pretty much my take. Jessica overall, really solid character, looks really dope. Me personally, I'm not going to summon for her because I don't even have Sotheby, so I'm definitely going to skip her, because if I did have Sotheby, then I would have definitely went for Jessica, but I'm not going for Jessica because I don't have Sotheby. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe, and put your thoughts down below in the comment section of what you guys think overall. Are you guys going to summon for Jessica? I want to see y'all's opinions. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll be catching you guys on the next one. Peace.